it's an emotional high, and I think I've just got to make sure that I contain all those emotions and at the same time express them, because it's an exciting time. And I've spent so long on the sidelines, doing all the hard work, and knowing deep down that you've done all the hard work, you've ticked all the boxes. It's such a relief to be able to reward yourself with running out with your teammates and hopefully enjoying a win.
What fears are there for you?
Will you perform as good as you did? And that's why I've done so much hard work, is because I don't want to perform as good. I want to be better than when I last played the game.
Those of us on the periphery will never really comprehend the hundreds of lonely hours when Quade had just himself for company. But it was time well spent, a chance to focus on the heart and the mind as well as the body.
And reassess my life, what was important, what wasn't, and make sure I was on the right path to, when I come back to playing football, I was going to be a better person and a better player. I've definitely had days where I thought this is all a bit too hard, but then straight away I just thought about other people in worse positions. I'm still had the opportunity to come back and play. I still had the opportunity to better myself. There wasn't anything in my life that was wrong. I had a dodgy knee for a little while, but in the bigger picture, I've got so many good things in my life, and this is such a small part.
Cooper putting on some footwork. Oops.
Oh.
I think he has hurt himself.
Oh, his knees just popped.
Describe that moment when the pain mixes with the reality that you're going to be out of the game for a very long time.
The first thing everybody asked me was, did it hurt? And it's like, well, I thought it hurt, but then it didn't. Like, you feel a pop, and I yelped like a girl.
Oh, it's at least the medial, maybe the anterior cruciate has gone as well.
It's such a weird feeling. You know there's something wrong. And I went to move it, felt all right, and then when I went to stand up, I just knew I've done my ACL. I'm going to be out for a while here, and it hits you. You start to think about all the things you're going to miss.
The injury was Quade's World Cup finale, the full stop on what was a difficult tournament.
Genia, now Cooper flicks it out the back door, intercept!
Would you agree you had a poor Rugby World Cup?
Well, I wouldn't say I had the best World Cup as an individual, but I take a lot of experience out of the World Cup, because we had such a young team. There was a lot of eyes on me, and being at a World Cup when everyone's just watching you, it does put a lot of pressure on the team as well, because I'm in such an important position. But moving forward, if I was ever to get the opportunity again, I'm sure that we'll go a lot better.
Kiwis in the crowd just giving it to Quade Cooper.
That sort of hate campaign that was brought to bear on you, did that have an impact on your performance?
No, not at all. Like, I probably would have played the same if everybody was throwing daisies and roses out onto the field and holding love hearts up in the stands. Like, it's the way the crowd reacts to you, or the public or anything like that, it's got no bearing on how you play.
How much did it hurt your family?
I think it hurt them a bit. My little sister, I remember her, my mum telling me that my little sister had a little bit of a cry about it, because some of the things that were said. But like, I just got to tell them and reassure them that it's those sort of people don't matter.
What did you think when your nan got involved?
When things like that happen, the true family side of it comes out, and my nana just went into war basically, and I love her dearly. She's a big part of my life, and she's probably my #1 fan.
The seed for the hatred spewed in Quade's direction in New Zealand was planted during the Bledisloe Cup match in Hong Kong in 2010, eventually making Quade public enemy #1 in the land of his birth.
If you had all that time over, going all the way back to Hong Kong, would you have done anything differently?
No, I wouldn't change anything. If you think from a team point of view, when you're out on the field, you do everything you can and you play with a lot of pride and emotion, and you never take a backward step. And if I was to take any kind of backward step, to Richie or to anybody else on the field, then what sort of example is that setting for the rest of my teammates to say, oh, well, I'm not up to the challenge?
And the challenge will come again, one of many the Reds champion plans on meeting head-on over the next few months. The next piece of the puzzle will be a decision on his future.
Quade Cooper, absolutely brilliant.
You're about to agree to the most lucrative deal you've ever done. You've got businesses and brands wanting to be associated with Quade Cooper. Is it more than the skinny little kid from Tokoroa could ever imagine?
Oh, it has to be. Like when I was a skinny little kid in Tokoroa, I'm still pretty skinny now, but I didn't know what life was going to throw at me. You know, I was happy kicking a football around in the backyard. I had dreams and ambitions. I had a poster of a car up on my wall as a 5-year-old that, you know, my nana brought for me, and I still got that poster at mum's. And I always wished to be able to drive a car like that or something like that. You know, as a kid, you just think, oh, you'd never be able to do something like that. And to now have, you know, everything that I do have and be so grateful for it is just a feeling that I can't explain.